Hi everyone. I've recently come to the realization that I have too many books. I told myself this year that I would buy less books, and in fact, I think this is the year that I've bought the most books. I don't even know which books I've read, and I haven't read anymore. I have books all over my shelves, on double stacks, on my desk, on my dresser, in piles all over the house. I am literally balancing the microphone that I am recording this on a pile of books. I don't know if you can relate to that, but if you do, you'll understand why this is causing me a fair amount of stress, honestly, and making me anxious. But that ends today. I think one of the biggest reasons why I keep buying books is that I'm not aware of how many books I actually own and I haven't read. So the first thing I'm gonna do to solve this problem is to take all of the books that I haven't read and put them on the bed to have an overview and then plan from there how I'm going to organize them. This is my shelf. I organize my books by genre/vibe and author. So all the books by the same author are together. All the series are together. Okay. And this worked very well when I didn't have so many books. When they all fit on the shelf, mainly, because then I could see all the books on the shelf. But right now, I think I have too many and this is not effective anymore. So I would like to try something different. And I'm going to start with, I'm gonna start with my desk. This is what I'm reading right now, so I'm gonna put it aside. Okay, so from the two huge piles I had on my table, this is what I had read, and that over there is what I haven't read. I would say this was very quick. I'm gonna go on with my dresser, which has a lot of books. Welcome to my dresser. This is where I wear clothes and store them, and also pile up my books. Let's just go. This is what survived on this shelf. I mean, I'm not surprised that most of the books here were unread because they are basically the ones I've bought most recently. I've been just piling them here. But I also have a stack. These are books I borrowed from the library, and this I borrowed from a friend. Okay. This pile of books is dusty. But I have read some of them. Okay. On the shelves. I want to go from top to bottom. Let's see how this goes. Actually, I have read this, so this can stay. Oh no, this one got so dusty. I gotta say, I thought it would be bad, but I didn't think it would be this bad. I mean, you can see they are mostly empty. There is a small victory to be had here. All of these I have read, and they can go here now. This doesn't look so empty. I don't know if you're ready to see the bed. I don't know if I'm ready to show you the bed. But I guess I have to. So, this is it. I don't know if my plan is gonna work. Because I was thinking, I could put all the books I've read on the shelves and put these on the dresser. But obviously there's too many here. My cat is eating my decorations. Anyways, I've always sorted my bookshelves by genre because it just makes the most sense to me. And I always thought separating books between read and unread was stupid. I saw a library tour of Cass Craig a while ago. She has 2 bookshelves, and each of the bookshelves has her read and unread books respectively. And I thought it made a lot of sense. The problem is I don't have a second bookshelf. I don't have space for a second bookshelf. I'm overwhelmed. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna start by organizing the books I have read on the shelf. And from there, I will see. I will see what I do. I missed some books. I haven't read this. I have read this. So, victory. My battery is dying. So, I'm gonna put it to charge and I'm gonna see if I do something or if I just cry in a ball on the floor. Hi everyone. It's been a week since I last talked to you. I think I stopped recording when I started to put the books back on the shelves, organized. And at that moment, I was very overwhelmed. I was doubting myself and I thought, oh God, I made a terrible mistake. Because I hate not organizing by genre. It just felt wrong to me to separate certain books. But I persevered. I took it little by little, and now, as you can see, it is complete. I tried to divide my work into little chunks in order to make it more digestible for myself and doable, and to not go into a full-on crisis, which I was close. And so at first I just ignored all of the books I had on the bed, which were many, as you know, and I just focused on putting and organizing in the shelves the books I had already read. I only have one shelf, and all of the books that I had don't fit neatly in one row on this shelf. So I decided that I would put all of my read books vertically, like this, on the shelf. So all of these I have read. Okay? And so on and so forth. All of my read books took most of this bookshelf. I took the chance to organize the bottom of my shelf, which did not have books. It had documents and film cameras and things in boxes. So I put those away somewhere else. In fact, I put them at the top of the shelf since they're in boxes. And I decided the bottom shelf is going to be my TBR shelf. And I will just put the books horizontally in stacks because it's a bit of a taller shelf. And it also makes sense that the heavier stuff goes on the bottom of the bookshelf. But I quickly realized that that was not going to be enough. So I made the executive decision to create, let's call them, these tiny TBR stacks per genre, which I feel like helped me immensely to accept this new organizational system where I keep my read and unread books separately. Because as I said, like separating the same genre just feels wrong to me. Because when I feel like reading a book, I'm like, I feel like reading a murder mystery. So I go to my murder mystery shelf and I pick a book. I had the idea to create these little stacks, and what this means is that the books that are in horizontal stacks in front of a row of vertical books are the unread books of that category. So for instance, here we have my poetry TBR. Now, this is the entirety of my poetry TBR. It's not much, so it all fits here. However, my nonfiction TBR does not all fit here. So I have a lot more nonfiction that I haven't read at the bottom of the shelf. But here I have made a tiny selection of the books I want to read soon, which I think makes a lot of sense and is kind of removing a lot of mental load from my brain. One of the issues I had with having a lot of books that are also not very well organized, and I could not see them all at a glance, was that I had a really hard time coming up with the books that I wanted to read next, or like what I should be picking up. This is much better because immediately I know, okay, these are the nonfiction books I want to read soon. This is the poetry I can read. This is the contemporary that I want to read soon. I know Annihilation does not really match on this, but I don't have enough sci-fi books to have a sci-fi stack, so it goes there. And of course, at the bottom of the shelf, I have tons and tons of books, and I have realized I have a ridiculous amount of unread nonfiction books, so I need to stop buying nonfiction books. So, in conclusion, I do think separating read and unread books is helpful. I think it has reduced a lot of my cognitive load of having to keep in my brain which books I have and which books I haven't read. And most importantly, seeing how many I actually have and that they don't even fit at the bottom shelf, which is huge. That helped me realize I have way too many books. And it is a great reminder not to buy books. I don't think I will.
Hi, editing me here. I can confirm that it's been 3 months and I haven't bought a single book. So this is working great.
So, anyways, to wrap it up, I hope this video inspired you to look at your books and perhaps items of other categories with different eyes. At the very least, I hope it gave you some organization ideas, because I feel like this method of organization is quite unconventional. I don't think I've seen anyone do this. Let me know if you also have a book buying problem, and if you also have this humongous of a TBR. It would make me feel less alone. And yeah, I hope you have a good rest of the week, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.